This may be one of the strangest combinations we've ever tested. A tube of silicone, a small amount of gasoline, and one big question: can these two materials create a water-resistant coating? Most people would never mix them, but if this works, it could help protect wood concrete and old workshop surfaces from water damage. Welcome back to Dan Fix. I'm Dan. Before we start, treat gasoline with real caution. Work outdoors or in a very well-ventilated area. Keep it far away from flames, sparks, cigarettes, hot tools, and exposed electrical connections. This is a small test batch, not something to store in a shop. Start with a glass jar that already has silicone inside. Measure about 40 milliliters of gasoline and pour it in slowly. Right away, the silicone looks too thick to blend easily, so we need a simple tool to mix it more evenly. Take one wooden chopstick and 3 plastic zip ties. Wrap the zip ties around the end of the stick so they spread out like a 3-blade star. Tighten them firmly, then cut each tail short, leaving about 3/4 of an inch. That gives the stick small, flexible blades for stirring. Hand stirring is safer, but for this demo use, a cordless drill at the lowest speed and in short pulses only. Do not whip the mixture fast. As the tool spins, the gasoline starts thinning the silicone and turning it into a smoother paste. That is the strange part: thick silicone is becoming something we can brush onto a surface. Once the mixture looks even and slightly thicker, stop mixing and keep the jar away from heat. As the gasoline flashes off later, the silicone can leave behind a flexible coating. But the real question is what happens when water hits it. For the first test, use a piece of cardboard. Draw a line down the middle and mark one side A and the other side B. Side A gets the silicone mixture. Side B stays untreated. Brush the mixture across side A in a thin, even layer. Cover the surface without leaving dry patches. Cardboard makes a good first test because water usually damages it very quickly, so the difference should be easy to see. Next comes a piece of fiber cement roofing sheet. This type of material often shows up on old sheds, small workshops, and storage areas. Split the surface into 2 sections and coat only one side. The untreated side will give us a fair comparison. Then test a piece of wood. Outdoor wood and damp workshop wood can soak up moisture fast, then swell, crack, or rot over time. Coat one half with the mixture and leave the other half bare. For the last material test, use an old tire as a rubber sample. Brush a light coat onto one area and leave another area untreated. This is only a surface demo on old rubber. Do not apply this to the tread or any part of a tire that contacts the road. Have you ever tried protecting old rubber, wood, or workshop materials with a homemade coating like this? At this point, we have 4 test surfaces weighting cardboard, fiber cement, wood, and rubber. But we can take this mixture one step further. If it accepts color, it becomes easier to see on a surface, almost like a homemade protective paint. Add a small amount of color powder to the jar and stir it into the mixture. Keep stirring until the color spreads evenly. The goal is not just decoration. Color helps us see where the coating has covered the surface and where it still looks thin. For this test, choose a concrete or masonry area that often gets hit by rainwater. A wall corner step edge or outdoor workshop surface works well. Brush on a thin, even coat. Do not pile it on too thick. A smooth layer dries better and looks cleaner than a heavy, uneven coat. After everything dries, water gives us the truth. Start with the old tire. Spray water across the coated area and watch the droplets. Instead of spreading flat, the water beads up on the surface. That tells us the coating created a water-resistant film on this old rubber sample. Move back to the cardboard and spray both sides. The untreated side starts darkening and softening almost immediately. The coated side holds the water on the surface much better. For temporary boxes or workshop packaging, that difference could matter. Next, spray the fiber cement sheet. The untreated section absorbs water quickly and turns darker. The coated section sheds water more clearly. That difference could help protect old shed panels or workshop roofing pieces from repeated moisture. Then check the wood. On the bare side, water starts soaking in and darkening the grain. On the coated side, the droplets sit on top longer. That barrier can help protect outdoor wood from rain and humidity when you use it in the right place. At the start, silicone and gasoline looked like a strange combination that should not make sense. But after the water test, the coated side tells a different story. Finally, look at the colored coating on concrete. Water stays on the surface instead of soaking in right away, and the wall looks like it has a thin protective paint layer. This does not replace a professional waterproofing system for serious leaks, but for small areas, workshop surfaces, and simple protection tests, the result is worth paying attention to. If you found this useful, subscribe to Dan Fix, and tell me what strange material combination you want me to test next.